So this is the Wyze Cam Outdoor version 2, and it looks exactly the same as the version 1, but this one has a starlight sensor. And what else does it have, and is it better? Well, let's find out. Hello guys, LifeHackster here. Today we will check out the new version of the Wyze Cam Outdoor, and this is the version 2. We'll check out its features and see what's new in this new version, do a quick unboxing, setup, install, and check out its video and audio quality, and run our usual tests, and see if this new version of the Wyze Cam Outdoor will be a good option for your home. Thank you Wyze for sending me this camera to be reviewed. Now, I have reviewed the original Wyze Cam Outdoor when it was released a year and a half ago, and I made a lot of enemies then because I considered that camera as a fail for Wyze. Now, there are people, I guess, that uses the Wyze Cam Outdoor not as a security camera, and real-time notifications are not important to them. But when I review cameras in my channel, and I have reviewed a lot, I have a set of tests that I do, and I just don't test and show the video quality, but also its performance, like alert notification speed, how fast it starts recording, and if there's a notification and recording cool-off. I usually test the features that it's stated to do, regardless of its price point. I will link that review video and also my review of the travel mode feature in the description down below if you haven't seen them yet. And you will see later on if Wyze improved the issues of the original Wyze Cam Outdoor. We will see, so keep on watching. Also, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Thank you and I appreciate it. Let's check out its features. It still records in 1080p resolution, but now it has a starlight sensor, which it has the color night vision like their Wyze Cam V3. It is IP65 weather resistant and has a 6-month battery life with two 2600 mAh integrated batteries. They are rechargeable but not removable. It has a 130 degrees diagonal field of view. It has a PIR motion sensor and two-way audio just like the original Wyze Cam Outdoor. The main difference as the features between the version 2 and the original version are the starlight sensor and wider field of view, and seems like everything else are the same. Let's open up the box. We have the camera itself, and design-wise, it looks exactly the same as the older version. The camera lens is a bit bigger. We have the light sensor, infrared LED somewhere here, and this is the PIR sensor. We have the mic, and on the back, we have a rubber flap that covers the on and off switch and also a micro USB port for charging. It has a magnetic mount or base, which you can adjust the tilt and turn. On the bottom of the camera, there is the speaker, and you will now see the speaker holes unlike the original one, and hopefully audio is better. We have the sync button and also another rubber flap that covers the micro SD card slot, which is mostly used for scheduled and motion recordings during travel mode. And we also have a 1/4-20 screw mount. What else is inside the box? We have the base station, and this is the same base station as the original one. We have a status light here on top, two antennas, and we have a micro SD card slot on the side and the sync button. On the other side, we have the reset hole and a USB port. On the back, we have the power port and an Ethernet port. We also have the quick start guide, and we have the power supply. To set this up, you need to set up the base station first, but you can also add this to existing base station if you buy just the add-on camera itself. To initially set up the base station, you need to plug this to your router and add it to your Wyze app. Just follow the instructions on the app. After it is set up, you can then set up and add in your Wi-Fi information, and then you will now be able to disconnect this from your router. You can only still add up to 4 cameras per base station, just like the original one. To add the Wyze Cam Outdoor V2, just follow the instructions in the app. Time to install this, which is pretty easy. Just screw in one screw, and not all the way, and just enough so that you can hook in the hole on the mount and slide it down to secure it in place. Then you can snap in the camera on the magnetic mount. Let's check the settings in the app. When you open up the app, you will see the snapshot from the camera. Click on it to get to live view, which loads up okay. In here, you can listen in, record the live view, start two-way talk, which is in full duplex, and take a snapshot. Click more and you can set time-lapse, schedule a recording, album, turn on motion tagging, sound the siren, or turn off the camera. Click on the gear icon to get to the camera settings. In here we have detection settings, and you can adjust the detection sensitivity and to detect closer or farther away, which I set to the farthest, and the sensitivity of the camera from low to high, which I set to the highest for the testing later on. Then we have detection zone on or off. And you can set the motion zones, and it is a grid type. We have event recordings, and I have the Cam Plus subscription, so I have the AI smart detection, person, package, vehicle, or pet detection. Recording cooldown, and the lowest you can set this to is 1 minute, and you can choose 3 to 5 minutes if you want, and I'm not sure why there's no cooldown option lesser than a minute, because this is going to be an issue with Wyze customers complaining thinking the camera doesn't detect motion, and I'll tell you why later on. It needs to have a no cooldown option, or at least a few seconds instead of minute or minutes. We have maximum video length, and you can set from 12 seconds to 5 minutes. But there is also a caveat. If the camera thinks the motion has stopped, it will also stop recording, even if you set it to record for 5 minutes. I did have an issue with this in my testing later on. We have notifications, so you can set to get notified when the camera detects AI events and with any other motion. On advanced settings, we have night vision settings, off, auto, or on. Infrared lights, watermark, and other settings that you can set. There is the travel mode, which I will not test in this video, but Wyze has updated this that aside from scheduled recordings, you can also set it to record when the camera detects motion, and this without needing an internet connection. Time to do some testing. Also, just a heads up, for you to have recordings of completed motion events, you need to be subscribed to the Cam Plus subscription. If you don't want a subscription, you only get a snapshot of the event. Wyze also has the Cam Plus Lite, which you don't have to pay if you want, but it is still limited to only 12 seconds footage per event, and has a 5-minute recording cool-off, so it is still limited for a security camera use.
Audio Wyze Cam Outdoor V2. When
Now the recording length can be adjusted, but Wyze has set it so that when the camera senses that the motion has stopped, like me pausing for a bit beyond 25 to 30 feet, it will also stop recording. So I have to trigger the camera again to get the farther distance video clarity footage.
so this is the this will introduce our next starlight tester. So this will starlight tester. When
And just to compare, this is what the version 1 sees in color mode and its night vision turned off.
so this is the video quality of the Wyze Cam Outdoor. So that's actually what. So that's it's like this is fine.
We are going to test the motion alert notification speed of the Wyze Cam Outdoor version 2, and I'm on my LTE connection. And I can tell you right now that it's gonna have a delay again. I have the Cam Plus subscription because you really can't use this without the Cam Plus subscription, but as you will see, there is a delay. It's probably about 15 seconds, I'm guessing, or probably more than that. And I know when I initially reviewed their Wyze Cam Outdoor, it has like 40 something seconds. Oh, I'm not getting, there you go. That's a little bit too long still. Dang. Alright, so I got a notification when you press and hold, you will get a snapshot preview, and when you click on it, it should go to live view. Live view loads up. There is a latency there. Alright, 154. Alright, so it's 155. So it's probably been, there you go, 156. So it's been about a minute. We'll see the cooldown. This is the cooldown recording, not just the notification. So there's still a delay on the notification, and there is a 1 minute cooldown. That's the minimum that you can set. So after the last motion event of the Wyze Cam Outdoor version 2, it will not record for a minute, or it will not detect or record for and record for a minute. So we'll see. Yep, the notification is delayed still. It's longer than 15 seconds, I think. Alright, so I got the notification again, and that's the cooldown. It's a minute of cooldown. We are going to test the maximum detection distance of the Wyze Cam Outdoor version 2, and I've set the farthest distance that it can detect and also the highest sensitivity, and I turned off motion zones. And because the notification is a little bit slow, I'm just gonna walk through the distances, and then whenever we get a notification, then we will know when the camera detected us. That's 40. That's 35. There you go. I got a notification. Cool. That's, ooh, look at that. That's when I got out of that's about 40 feet. Alright, cool. We are going to test how soon the Wyze Cam Outdoor version 2 will start to record, and I actually turned it off so that it will not detect me when I'm going here on my side yard. So I'm turning it on, and because it detects about 40 feet, so that's great. But now we will see if the motion is going towards the camera and see how soon it will detect me. So I'm just gonna go straight, normal walking pace. And we'll see. Did it detect me? That's the only issue if you have delayed notification, man. There you go. Click and hold in there. See? It's just the notification. That detected me pretty quick. I was pleasantly surprised on the max detection range, but take note, this is not consistent. Most of the time, the camera detects me at around 25 feet, which is still pretty decent.
This is the audio quality coming out from the Wyze Cam Outdoor version 2. This is the audio quality coming out from the Wyze Cam Outdoor version 2.
So what do you think? Well, the main difference between the version 1 to the new version 2 is just the starlight sensor and also a wider field of view. The audio from the camera speaker is a tad better, but still low in volume, but better than the version 1. My main complaints, and this is why I'm not recommending this camera for use as a security camera, are the motion alert notification delay, which all Wyze Cams have this issue with the Cam Plus subscription. But the Wyze Cam Outdoor also has the recording cooldown, which has a minimum of 1 minute. So if you get out of the camera's detection range or just paused or stopped a bit, which happened to me when I did my video clarity test, the camera will stop recording, and it will not record again until a minute has lapsed, which means there will be instances that it will not be able to capture the whole motion event. Now I know why set these limitations to save battery life, but it sacrifices a lot on the recording capabilities of this camera. Another one is Wyze's audio. There's a lot of static, just not usable, especially the one downloaded from the cloud. And I know it was windy when I did my testing, but you could barely hear my voice, and the audio is just muffled. Also, the starlight sensor is good to have color night vision, but remember, to take advantage of this, you need to have some ambient lighting. If it is still too dark, it is still better to have the infrared night vision turned on. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.